Good afternoon and welcome to this week's update from the CSM team. Hope everyone's doing well. This week, like to start off with some recognition for Alan Laxon for the continual improvement he's shown in terms of the quality of the information submitted in his issues, as well as consistently referring to the work planning guide for appropriate routing of his issues. So great job, Alan, and keep it up. For some tips and tools, with all the talk about PG&E Wiki, some of you are probably wondering, what is it and when exactly is this thing going to happen? I keep hearing about it. So just a quick update for you. We're just finalizing the CSM issues page template for Wiki. So basically when you go to any issues page on Wiki, it'll look the same. And then we're going to train all the CSMs this coming Tuesday, which is the 13th, on how to use it, how to enter and edit Wiki pages. From that, we're going to do a mass upload of all the content from the work planning guide into the Wiki format. And after that, over time, we're going to add the over 45 job aids that we've made. So the cool thing is you'll start to see some of the information from the job aids directly on the wiki page for the issue type. So you don't have to actually go somewhere else to see the job aid. It's just a piece of the issue page. Somewhere in that time frame, because that'll take us a while. So probably in the next 30 days, you're going to see us sending out an invite, probably more than one, to all of the reps, MMA reps, LEA reps, everybody, to train all the reps, give them access, show them how to search for things on Wiki, go through some of the content that's already there, and also show people to enter and edit information, and even how to make their own page if they want. So, I think I've mentioned it before, but you guys are probably familiar. We've got stuff on SharePoint, shared drives, PG&E internal pages, all over the place. So for me, I always have a hard time remembering, okay, where the heck was that thing? Was it on SharePoint or was it on a shared drive or where was it? So instead of having to remember where all the items are, you can basically just go to Wiki, and if the document itself is on SharePoint, it'll send it to there. But you only have to go to one place to access information that could be stored anywhere. So over time, I can honestly see this, being the new Gen Ref and probably taking over the official Gen Ref at some point. So we want to make sure we get you guys trained and up and running. So in the next month or so, you should see some stuff coming out. As for action items, I'm sure you've probably already seen an email or two, but please take a moment to fill out the Premier survey. Probably took me about 15 minutes or so to fill it out, but we only do this survey every other year, and really do appreciate your feedback so we can get not only kind of the scores and ratings, but for me, the actual written verbatims are really the important stuff to take a look through. Also, mentioned to the PG&E Wiki that I already talked about for action items. If you're a more seasoned employee, reps, CSM, or otherwise, start to think about kind of the things that you may know as an employee that barely anyone else may know. And then when we're ready in the very near future, we'll show you how to make a brand new PG&E Wiki page, so you can actually start to find a place to put that content before you retire, before you move on to some other position, on those topics that maybe you only know how to do. So for process guides, the other piece of Wiki is we're going to be using that to help train some of the new employees. So with a lot of the newer employees or those kind of finally settling into their new roles, I thought I'd reshare two of the job aids that I created at the beginning of the year. So they're linked in the written version of this, but they're very short one-pagers. I definitely recommend just printing them out, post it by your monitor. The first one's for reps, and it covers how to enter and then also how to submit issues properly so there aren't any mistakes. And the second one covers for CSMs how to resolve those issues. And just, like I said, it's a one-pager. It's real easy to follow. I highly encourage you to keep that handy. So, if it's been a while since you've entered an issue, you can take a quick peek at that and make sure it'll go well. For some reminders and new information, last week, huge thanks to Kevin Ernst, Dave Hinshaw, and several others. We were able to finalize and sign off the service level agreement between the BES organization, so our team, and Electric Generation Interconnection, or the EGI team. So we're going to have a training available in the pretty near future that'll kind of cover what changed and what it means for you. But basically at a high level, the service level agreements kind of just designate who does what between teams to avoid any confusion. So as an example, what does the rep do versus an EGI employee as a customer says that they want to connect a new large solar installation or maybe change an existing cogen system, things like that. keeps us from stepping on each other's toes because we definitely have our different roles throughout those processes. Also, you may have already received calls if you've got a gas customer, especially those with non-core gas, that they're starting to probably get their first August bills, which are the first ones since the implemented the new August 1st gas transportation rates. So, some of the customers who we may or may not have reached out to proactively might have some inquiries into the increased bills. So just be prepared. You might see an increase in calls from customers related to high gas bills due to that new August 1st transportation increase. There was an update that came out from the Rates Communications mailbox August 26th. That's probably your best thing to look to for talking points if this comes up. Lastly, I'm always looking for how we've got different team members all over the place. How do we kind of keep people, up to speed on who's on the different teams and what those folks are all about? And so on the CSM team, we actually started kicking off a Meet Me Monday template where once a week we send in, and we've got a little schedule of who's going to do it throughout the year. But a CSM sends in a little, Word file that kind of covers some information about them, what their favorite movie is, where they're from, things about their family, whatever it is they want to share, why they're at PG&E, that sort of stuff. So I included a link, but if any of you want to get to know your segment CSMs better, click on that link, and I think we've done about 8 or 9 of them so far, and we'll continue to do one a week. But we've got some of those, just a fun way to kind of learn more about the CSMs that are out there helping you. So maybe you can check that out. And then lastly, for some non-core updates, you probably all received the invitations from me yesterday, and then I did have to make a update to the WebEx content today, so you might have seen an update. But basically, we're going to have some winter planning webinars. There will be 2 options. You only have to go to one of them. One is next Thursday, the 15th, and the other one is the following Friday, the 23rd. So if you can please make sure that you attend one of those 1-hour sessions if you have any non-core customers. So that could be for CSMs or reps with non-core customers. We're going to go over quite a bit of stuff that was outlined in the invite. Lastly, just please continue to update the contact information for those of you that have non-core customers for your contacts. We went ahead and mass converted all of the old customer reason codes that said non-core gas curtailment and shifted those over. Now they all say gas local curtailment 1. So if you could please just make sure that your non-core customers have the right emergency contact in with that contact role, that'd be great. If they've got a backup or 2 backups, you can always use the secondary gas local curtailment level 2 or 3 as well. But if you can just definitely check those gas curtailment level 1 contacts, that would be great. In the written version, I kind of left a good deep thought for the weekend for you to think about. And rather than read it off to you here, I'll let you read that one yourself. But that's it. I just hope you all have a very safe weekend, and look forward to working with all of you soon. Please feel free to reach out to me anytime with any questions.